Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. If you're new, then welcome to this channel. Well, today we are going to build a new project using Tkinter. Well, these days we are actually, going through the basics of the Tkinter, and I think it's time to build an interesting, cool project using Tkinter. So here, what are we going to do is today we're gonna build a Bitcoin price tracker using Tkinter. What we do is we'll use an API and we're gonna get those all Bitcoin data and we're gonna present that using, like, for example, we'll show the actual Bitcoin price in US dollars like this one, and we'll show the actual Bitcoin price, and we'll also show that what's the price of this in euros and Canadian dollars and even in Indian rupees. Okay, it's really interesting, and here we are actually using Tkinter. We are actually dividing this into two frames, and in first frame we'll just keep a Bitcoin icon, and here we'll just give Bitcoin tracker, and in the second frame we are going to do all this stuff. Okay, I'll let you know in a moment what are we going to do and how can we build a cool interface, something like this one. It's really interesting. Let's do it. Let's start coding. So here the first and foremost thing is, obviously we need a window, but before that we have to import Tkinter, right? So from Tkinter, import everything and also import TDK. From Tkinter, import TDK. The reason why we are importing this TDK is because there are some widgets which are under this TDK module, so that we can use them. Okay, first and foremost thing, we need a window, right? So let's create a window. So window equal to TK. Now let's give some title. For now I'm not going to give anything, just give window.title and it'll be empty. And let's give geometry, so window.geometry, it'll be 320 by 350. Width will be 320 and height will be 350. Okay, and let's configure this window with some background color which will be white. So window.configure background color will be, let's give some colors. Okay, so here let's give some colors. Let's use this background color. Oh, let's give color 1, or color 1 will be white, and we'll use that color 1 here. And let's run this window. So window.main loop. Okay, now here we have a window. If you want, you can even give title here. For now I'm not just giving title so that it looks better. So now we have a window. Now let's divide this window into two frames. Okay, so according to this we need a frame head and a frame body, right? So let's create two frames. Let's give frame head, equal to frame in window, and just give width equal to 320 and height will be, for example, 100. And let's give background color. Background color maybe, let's give black. And let's see. And let's place this using grid. Frame head dot grid. It will be in the row 1 and column will be 0 And yeah, let's see how it is exactly looking. Okay. Okay, so frame is something like this one. We just created a frame and we just gave it black for now. This is of width 320 and height 100. Let's give 50 so that it looks something like that one. So if you give 50 here, height is gonna reduce to 50. The height will get reduced to half of it, almost half of it. Yeah, now it's looking better. Let's create one more frame. And this will be frame body. And instead of head, we'll give body, frame body, frame body. And this also will be frame body. Yeah. And here it will not be 50 and this will be in row 2 and column 0. Let's give like this for now. And let's see. You will see entire frame. There's one more frame. Let me give, for example, blue so you guys can see. So now here we have two frames. One is frame 1, frame head, and the other is frame body. Let's increase this frame body's height so that it looks something like this one. So in order to increase this height, just give height equal to 300 instead of 50. And if you rerun this one, you're gonna see something like this. Ugly window. I know it's ugly, let's make it beautiful by changing its background colors, and yeah, let's do it. So the colors that we are using is one is white and the other is black. Instead of black, we'll use something like this one, which will be ash, something like that. And we'll use that color here. No, this will be white. That means color 1. And this will be color 2. Wait, these are not in strings. These are actually variables. How can you give them in strings? And this will be color 2. Let's see. Let's close this one. And yeah, we need something like this one. Now we have something like this. Now we have two frames. One is frame head, one is frame body. And in frame head, we need a Bitcoin icon and we need a Bitcoin price tracker as heading. And in frame body, we're gonna lower these things. So let me show you how can we do this, okay? So in order to do this, first we need this icon, right? This Bitcoin icon, right? So for that, just go to this website called icons8.com where you can get icons basically for free. You can just go there and just give Bitcoin in the search. And let's download the Bitcoin that we need. We need something which is like this, something like this. Okay, something like this one. Let's download it, for example, 100 pixels and download it. Okay, we got a Bitcoin. And yeah, remember that the image that you just downloaded or the icon that you just downloaded must be in the location of the file where you're actually writing this code. For example, when it comes to me, here we have bitcoin.py file. In this same folder itself, we have to load that image, okay? Never forget that we need this image in this file so that it will be easy for us to access that image, and that's also easy for us to manage, okay? Rename this one, just give image1 or something like that. It will be easy for us to access, okay? So in order to load this image into this Tkinter window, we have to download a module called Pillow. Okay, this Pillow is the thing which actually loads and manages the images. So in order to do that, just give pip install pillow. Just download that Pillow module which actually manages the images and which loads, opens and loads images for us. And we're gonna load that particular image and we can resize that image and we can place that in this Tkinter window. Okay, let me import that. So from that Pillow module, we need some modules that actually manages our image. So for that, just give from pil import. We need image tk. We need this image tk. This is the one which is actually taking care of all those things. So we just give image tk and yeah, let's load that image. Okay, let's rename this one. I think image1 is not the right one because this one will be using as a variable. So instead of this image1, let's rename this to Bitcoin or bit, something like that. Just give bit.png. It could be easy for us. Okay. And now, in order to load this one, just give image1 equal to, just give image dot open, image dot open. Okay, we need image as well here, so just give images bit.png. We actually opened that image, and let us resize that so that it looks something like an icon. So let's give image1 equal to image1 dot resize, and just give width 30 and height 30. And now it's time to load that image into this tkinter window. How can we do that? Just give image1 image tk dot photo image of image1. So here we are actually opening that file, and here we are resizing it, and here we are actually loading it. Now let's create a label using this image so that we can place that image in the label. Okay, for that just give, this is an icon, right? Just give icon1, and just create a label, and we're gonna place this label inside frame. Every time we're gonna place that label inside window, right? But this time we are going to place this label in frame head. Okay, so just give frame head. In order to load that image into this frame head, there is a parameter called image. Just give image equal to image1. Let's see whether this is actually loaded or not. How can we do that? Just give icon1 dot place x equal to 10 and y equal to 10. Okay, let's rerun this one. Okay, I got an error. It's image tk. I think it must be capital, right? Let me give this capital, and this also will be capital because these are actually classes. Okay, and yeah, and even here I think this must be capital, and even this, and even this. Okay, this is actually variable. Okay, I think this time it's gonna work, if I'm not wrong. Let us create a folder, images. Let's jump that here. Yes. And let's just give images. I think now you guys can see how this Bitcoin is actually labeled here. From Pillow module, I just imported image, TK and image. These are the two things which are actually handling our Bitcoin icon. Okay, here we actually open that image. That means this bit.png image, which is in this image folder I just created. Using this image module, we are actually opening that image and we are actually storing that in a variable called image1. And then we are actually resizing it to width 30 and height 30 so that it looks just like an icon. And after resizing it, we are actually loading that into this window, our Tkinter window. And how are we doing that is by using this photo image from image tk. Image tk.photo image is the one which is actually loading our image. Okay, and we just created a label called icon1, and in that we just loaded that image using this image variable. Okay, and we just placed that in x equal to 10 and y equal to 10. And if you see this one, it'll be something like this, and the size is 30 and 30, width is 30 and height is 30. It looks something like this. Okay, I hope you guys understood how we load this image. Now it's time to create one more label, and it must be like this, Bitcoin price tracker. Let's create this one. Okay, just give name equal to, create one more label, inside frame head, and just give text equal to Bitcoin price tracker, foreground color as black. What is black? Just give foreground color equal to black, which is CO3, color 3. And place this one, name dot place equal to, let's give x equal to 50 and y equal to 5. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it is actually looking something like this. And let's configure this one, and let's give width equal to 14 and height equal to 1. Width equal to 14 and height equal to 1. Anchor equal to center. And just give Poppins font. And let's give its size to 20. Let's decrease its size to maybe 18. And increase its width to 16. Okay, it's looking something like this. Let's change this background color to white. Okay, and even change this icon's background color to white. Let's give pad x0. And give y value to maybe 7, maybe 10. Yeah, it's looking better. Let's give 11. I'm just playing with this number so that it looks better. Yeah, I think it's looking better. Now we are done with this frame 1. Now it's time to build frame 2. So here we need a Bitcoin price. So let's build it. Now let's just create those labels. So for that, let's just create a variable and just create a label. And we need that in frame body, right? Just give frame body. And you just give text equal to, for now, maybe something in dollars. Width will be 14. And height as 1. And let's just place this one and let's see how it is exactly looking. USD.place X value, let's give 0, and Y value, let's give, for example, 30. Just play with those numbers until you get the correct, until you place those widgets in the right place, okay? And let us see. Okay, you can see something like this one. This is a label with 0 US dollars for now. Now the Bitcoin price is 0 according to our project. We're gonna update that later soon. So for now, just give this like this and let's configure this label. So just give font, some cool font, for example, Arial. And just give it size to 12 and we need that to be in bold. So just give bold here. And yeah, it's looking cool. And let's change this background color as well. Just give background color as CO2. Color 2. We are going to use this color 2. And foreground color to white, which is color 1. So just give color 1. Just close this one. And yeah, it's looking good. The size of this must be a bigger one, right? Let's increase this size from 12 to 30. Just give 30 here. And yeah, it's looking good. Now we have a Bitcoin thing and let's give this to maybe 28. 28 so that it looks like a center. And just give anchor to center. Center. Just give anchor to center and let's see. Yeah, it's looking better. Okay, now we have a cool, interesting Bitcoin in US dollars, which is 0 for now. And let's also make some more labels which represents the Bitcoin price in Indian rupees, in Canadian dollars, and even in euros. So first go for euros, okay? Okay, let's change this one and let's use it to euros. Let's use it as euros, okay? Just give euros here. And for euros, the font will be 12. And let's delete this width for this one. And euros.place, and this will be, X value will be 10. And Y value will be 130. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, we need something like this one. So here we have euros and let's increase this a bit to 15 maybe. It looks better. And yeah, it's looking better. Now we have something in euros. And let's also create for Indian rupees and Canadian dollars, okay? Let's just give This will be CAD. This also will be CAD. And all we need to do is just place this one. And this will be 20, and this will be, just give 40 distance. Just give 170, and let's see. Let's close this one. India, it's looking good. We need one more. Copy the same thing and just give INR, Indian rupees. Just give INR, and this will be 210. So yeah, here we have three basic things. This will be the Bitcoin price, and this will be in dollars, and this shows us the amount in euros, and this shows us the amount in Canadian dollars, and this shows us the amount in Indian rupees. Okay, now we just created two frames. One is a frame head and the other is frame body. Frame head is the one which actually shows us the Bitcoin price tracker, and here we have a frame body. And now what are we going to do is we are going to use an API. I'm gonna place that link of that API in the description. If you are building this project with me, then yeah, you can use that API link. So from that API, we are going to fetch all these Bitcoin prices, and we're gonna place them, and we are going to represent them in the form of labels, and each and everything will get updated for every second. Okay, for every 1000 milliseconds these prices will get updated. I will show you in a moment how are we going to do that. Okay, so in order to do that, let's create a function called info. So def info, which actually fetches all those information of those Bitcoin prices. Just create this function and give API link here. Just create a variable of API link and paste this link here. Okay, so we have a link here. So using this link, we are going to fetch those informations from this API. Okay, if you observe here, I just used USD, which is all about US dollars. We are going to see that Bitcoin in US dollars, and we're gonna see that in euros and Indian rupees and even Canadian dollars. So using this API, we are going to fetch all those details from that API, from all those Bitcoin price details using this API. How are we going to do that? First, we are going to get this data. I think you guys know all about HTTP request. Using that HTTP request, we are going to get that data. Okay, so just create a variable called r equal to request.get API link. So in order to use this request, we have to import requests. So just give import request. Just give request.get API link. So what we are actually doing is we just created a variable called API link, and we just gave this API link here. From this link, from this API, we are going to fetch that data. How are we going to fetch that data? You guys know about request, right? Using that request, we are going to get request.get. If you give request.get, it's gonna fetch all those API data in the form of string. Now we are going to convert that string to a dictionary using JSON, but before doing that, we have to import JSON as well. So just give import JSON, and here we are going to convert the string into JSON, JavaScript object notation format, so that we can access those values in the form of keys. Okay, by accessing those keys. I hope you guys are getting what are we doing here. So just create a dictionary called DIC. Just give DIC. We are going to convert the JSON to dictionary. It's going to convert the data into this JSON format, which is actually in a key value pair. Okay, we'll be having a key value pair, and we are going to access those Bitcoin prices using those keys. And those keys are nothing but, if you just give USD key, if you just access this key USD, you're gonna get the data of those Bitcoin price in the form of US dollars. If you just give EUR, it's gonna get the data in euros, in Bitcoin price in euros, Bitcoin price in Indian rupees, and Bitcoin price in Canadian dollars. Okay. So here we created a dictionary, and now let's access those values. First, we need US dollars, right? So just give USD value. Never forget that we already created a USD here, which is label. Okay, don't get confused, and this is actually the value which we are going to access, and we are going to fetch that data using this JSON and using that dictionary. Okay, just give USD value here, and just give, we need that actually in decimals. Okay, so just give float here, float of DIC of USD, just give USD, and we're gonna format that data. You must need commas in between, right? So how are we going to do that? You just give USD formatted volume, formatted value, formatted value, just give USD formatted value, and we are going to format in dollars. Give dollar symbol here, dollar, dot 3F. So it's gonna put comma, and it's gonna format the data that we have. Okay, dot format, just give format, we are just formatting this USD value. That's it, using those commas over there. And we are going to represent that in label, right? How are we going to do that? Just give USD of text equal to USD formatted value. So what are we doing actually here is we are going to fetch that. Okay, from this dictionary we are going to call this USD key, from where we can get this USD value. Let me print this one. Just give USD value here, and don't forget to call this function. You just created a function but you didn't call this. Okay, just give info here, and if you run this one, see here you can see the Bitcoin price, right? See, even here 41626.9, this is the actual string or the actual data that we got, which is in US dollars. Here we are actually formatting this 41626 to 41,626.900. We are actually formatting it in this way so that it will be easy for us to read and understand. And if you don't give this comma here, and if you don't format this one, it will be difficult for us to read. So just we are formatting that just to make it look better for us. Okay, so in that way we are going to format that, and we are using that formatted value. And never forget that you just created a function, and if you don't run this one, and if you see that it's not gonna, and if you run this one without calling this function, you do not see any changes. There will be no change, and you'll be thinking that I wrote everything is perfect, and why it's not running? Because you're not calling that function. Never forget to call that function, and I called that here before vanilla main loop. Okay, never forget to call that function. We actually updated this US dollars, right? And now let's also do that for euros and Canadian dollars and Indian rupees. Let's do that. The next thing is euros, right? Just give euros here. Just give euro value. Same, do the same thing, just float. From the dictionary you are going to call euro. Okay, just give EUR, capital EUR. No. Euro formatted value equal to, just use the same thing, but instead of that we're just going to format the euro value. euro value, and we are going to replace that text euro. I think this is actually euros if I'm not wrong. Yeah, euros. Okay. Euros of text equal to euro formatted value. And if you see this one, yeah, now we have something in euros. As we are building, we know that this is in US dollars, this is in euros, and this is in Canadian dollars, and this is in Indian rupees. But when we are showing this to someone who doesn't know this one, how are we going to represent? We just have to give here. For US dollars, it doesn't matter. You are actually giving dollars here, so no problem. So here just give euro just copy. There's a symbol for euros from Google. Okay, so I copy this from Google. Just give this one something like this. Okay, let's rerun, and yeah, something like this. It will be easy for the user to read. Okay, and even do the same thing for the next one. Next one is actually Canadian dollars, so Canadian dollars, just give CAD value here, CAD, and even here. And this will be CAD if I'm not wrong. Yeah, CAD. Just give CAD here. And this will be CAD formatted value. Just be careful while updating those values, okay? And here it will be CAD value. Okay, and done. And this will be Canada. And this will be CAD. Yeah, we have something in CAD. And now the final one, which is Indian rupees. Okay, just copy this one. Just give Indian rupees. And this will be INR value. This will be INR. This will be INR formatted value, and this will be INR value. And if you rerun this one, okay, and oh shit, this must be India, right? And this will be INR. Okay, let me rerun this one. And yeah, it's looking better. Okay, now we have Bitcoin price in dollars, Bitcoin price in euros, Bitcoin price in Canadian dollars, and Bitcoin price in Indian rupees, right? But these things are not at all updating. So we have to update them every single time for every 1000 milliseconds. So what we can do is, if you observe in the previous project is all about digital clock, right? Where, the time will get updated every single time, every single second, for every 200 milliseconds. If you didn't build that project, or if you didn't work with me in that project, just go there and go through it. It'll be interesting. So the same thing we are actually going to apply here. What are we going to do is we are going to update this frame body for every 1000 milliseconds. And even in that digital clock project, we actually updated that digital clock for every 200 milliseconds, which is actually equal to 1 second. So in the same way, we are going to update this Bitcoin frame body for every 1000 milliseconds. And for that, I actually used their after method. In the same way, I'm gonna use that after method here again in order to update this Bitcoin price. Okay, so frame body dot after for every 1000 milliseconds. We're gonna call this info method. So what's happening here is if interpreter goes to this line for every 1000 milliseconds, it's gonna go to this info method. It's gonna launch this API. It's gonna get that API link. It's gonna convert that to dictionary, and it is going to actually access those US dollars, euros, Canadian dollars, and even this will be INR, Indian rupees. And it's actually updating for every 1000 milliseconds. Basically, the Bitcoin price will get updated in every 1000 milliseconds. This is actually a game-changing instruction that we are using in this project. Let us see. And if you rerun this one, see, the Bitcoin price is changing for every 1000 milliseconds. And even the euros and Canadian dollars and Indian rupees, they are getting updated. I thought they're not updating, but yeah, they are getting updated for every single time. So yeah, we actually built finally a Bitcoin price tracker, which actually tracks price for us. Okay, let me explain you. First and foremost thing is we actually created a window. I didn't give any title, and the geometry of that window is 320 and 350, which is width and height, and I gave background color as white. So we actually divided that window into two frames. One is frame head and the other is frame body. In frame head, we actually had a Bitcoin, and we had a heading, an icon, Bitcoin price tracker. Okay, how we actually loaded this icon? There is a module called Pillow. From there we actually imported image TK and image from this PIL module, which is from Pillow. In order to use this module, you have to install Pillow. Never forget to install that Pillow if you don't want to face any errors. Just do pip install Pillow over there. Just try to import this image TK and image, because these two are really important to load and open that image, to open that image file and to load that image file into this window. So what we did is we actually created a variable called image1, and from there we use this image module, which is from PIL, and we open that, and that's actually in this, from this images folder, bit.png, and from there we actually open this file. So we resize that file to 30 and 30, which is width and height. Okay, width and height, and just give, and we actually loaded that into that window using this image tk.photo image, which is also from that Pillow. And later we just a label named icon, and we just loaded that image here using this image parameter. Okay, in that way we actually loaded image, and later we created labels called name, USD, US dollars. Name is nothing but this Bitcoin price tracker. And we also created US dollars label, we created euros label, Canadian dollars label, and Indian rupees label. Okay, so in this way we actually created some labels, and we actually divided that window into two interesting frames, which is frame head and frame body. And here the actual game begins. Here we actually used an API from where we can get all those Bitcoin in different currencies. Okay, from there we actually got this API link, and we created a label called API link, and we loaded this API link here. And using this request.get, we actually got all these four: USD, Euro, INR, and CAD, Canadian dollars. And we converted that into JSON, which is actually a dictionary. So we accessed that US dollars, euros, Indian rupees, and Canadian dollars in the form of key value pairs. Obviously, dictionary will be stored in the form of key value pairs, right? So we actually access those US dollars and all these things using this key called USD. Okay, using this key called USD, EUR, INR, CAD. Okay, so in that way we actually got. If you want any other currencies, you can just change the type of the currency here, and yeah, you can get that. So here what we did, we actually got that value. We just tested here, print is just for testing. We formatted that so that it looks for us to readable, so that it will be readable for the user. We just updated that label text from $00 to this formatted value, USD formatted value, and we did the same thing for euros, Canadian dollars, and even Indian rupees. And in order to get that updated for every single second, you can just use this after method, and for every 1000 milliseconds we're gonna call this info method. So what interpreter will do is it will just go again to this info and it will load everything for us, and it's gonna update all these values. So in this way, this Bitcoin price tracker exactly works. I hope you guys learned something interesting and cool from here. Actually, I learned a cool thing is I learned how to load image here using this image TK and image, and for that we have to use this pillow module. And I also learned how to load an API and how to get those values, and how to load this and how to convert this into dictionary, and how to access those values using these key value pairs. Okay, so yeah, this is what I learned, which is really cool and interesting. I hope even you guys felt it interesting and you guys learned something cool. I'll be back with one more interesting Python Tinker project in the next video. If you like this video, then hit that cute little like button, and if you still didn't subscribe to this channel, then what are you waiting for? Just go there and tap the red button, subscribe button, so that you'll never miss an update, so that you'll never miss any future projects from us. And yeah, I'll be back with one more interesting video.